continuously. Your life must be really exciting.
Man, you have no idea.
Are you one of those parents who tells your kids, switch off that TV, or you're just like, I'll do it myself?
Remotely, anywhere I can be.
Even at work?
Yeah.
You hack your TV and you switch it off?
Actually, when we're in this country, you can basically see CCTV cameras all over the country, other countries as well. You can log into them. There's a building in Kenya, in Parklands. I can enter the boardroom and join their calls and basically know exactly what I can join their Zoom calls in the video conferencing facility, because the system is actually available online for you to be able to actually log in. Why? Because it knows there's zero protection on some of those devices. So it's possible. Anybody can actually do that. It doesn't take rocket science to be able to actually do that.
Wait, it does. No, to you, who understands how it works, then the language is different. To me, an ordinary guy who clicks on links anywhere, just because I expect miracles, I will definitely click on any. But how best do I protect myself as an individual?
So I usually say one of the easiest ways to protect yourself is the one thing you use for identification of almost everywhere, your email. So your email, it should be the first thing you get to protect, which is basically things like two-step verification, the very strong password. And typically a strong password is not just password with numbers and characters. It's a password with a space. So if you put a space in between your passwords, like a phrase, you're actually more safer than actually having a password which is just your name and your second name or something, because password crackers can actually be able to guess that, or what we call a dictionary kind of an attack. But if you put a space, it's more difficult for any hacker to be able to actually guess those passwords or even use the tools that are available to do that. So first, protect your email and remember those kind of passwords, because a lot of people tell me, oh, my social media has been hacked. And I'm like, just follow the recovery process. It's been made easy for you. But you say, we don't have access to our email, so you can't get in, right? So make sure you have that. And your two-step verification is a method where you actually get a second authentication to your device via your device, which you trusted, for your email, and it's available for your social media accounts, for WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, name them. They all have that two-step verification. You can link that now to what we call it by getting a code, or use authentication apps like Microsoft Authenticator, Google Authenticator. Those are the two that I know are legit. Every other authenticator that you see out there with ads and everything, be careful. Because most of those tools, even if they are in iOS Play Store, iOS App Store or whatever, or Play Store, you basically can still get hacked. So
So there's so many people who have given their children phones, and they have the access to the internet and stuff like that, but they don't know that these humans who just pry over these young ones. And child protection, especially online, is not something that parents have paid keen attention to. In that, I give my child a device, I log in with my account, probably maybe with my email address, and then just give the child the device. First of all, how can I help this child understand that this is not such a safe space? Or should I leave them out of that and just protect myself?
No. So the thing is this. So first of all, we have a thing right now called sextortion. Sextortion is when child online these predators find these kids through games, through social media accounts, and they chat them, and they become like, you know what, let's talk. When they engage them in such conversation, they get to be very comfortable with them. They now encourage them to be able to chat with them and share nude pictures, right? And later they say, if you don't pay X amount of money, we're going to release your nude pictures to the entire internet. So,
and these are kids maybe like 12 years, 13 years
12, 13, 15 years. Some of them have committed suicide. We've seen that happen. Sextortion is becoming a thing, and it's very difficult to crack down. So as a parent, yes, you can give your kid a phone and everything, but you can have some sort of a control. I'm not saying take over the phone, but you can have control over the phone.
You don't know my mother. Like, what are you watching? Come and watch with me.
So you're not out with the kid 24/7 to monitor exactly what they're doing. So there's something called Google Family Link. For Android users, it's very easy for you to be able to install that the right way. Then we have another one called Custodio. Custodio is QUSTISTODIO. Custodio. And it doesn't cost too much to pay for, which you can install on a MacBook, on a Windows machine, on an Android, on an iOS, and use that to be able to basically control, say, my daughter, you're not going to use Instagram between 3 and 5 p.m.
Okay. So you lock it by yourself?
Yes,
remotely. It's automated.
You can actually automate that. So you don't have to necessarily. You can set the times when they can watch certain things. You can set the filter of what they can watch. You can also monitor to see what kind of links are they going to, and all of those kind of things. So it's not tracking or controlling your daughter or your kid or your son's phone, but basically just having a little bit of management. So. Secondly, we always have our phones which have profiles. You can actually create another profile with limited access to details. So on the phone, create another profile. Let that two-step verification for their social media accounts be your phone number. So every time they want to log in, because some of these kids are very smart.
They're very smart, yeah.
I know a 13-year-old who had two-step verification, but guess what? It was her number. She used another phone to be able to log in with a friend's phone.
Yes.
So they continue chatting with that bad boy or something like that. And so make sure that two-step verification is your phone, so that in case they actually use another phone or anything, you can find out.
But the adults are not equally safe, because we chat with people online all the time. And sometimes you don't know the kind of information you share. For example, I didn't know how risky it is to just share your email address just like that.
You know, Brian, if I have your email right now, I can tell where you were 7 years ago.
Don't do me like
Airbnbs that you have
Don't
been
do
to.
me like that.
Don't
talk to my wife.
There are what we call open source intelligence tools that are out there, allowing people to be able to find out every detail about you. Full names, where you used to work, how you used to look like, your other profiles that existed. When it came, I think one of your colleagues that I saw the entrance, I asked for his email. I can tell a lot about him just because of the email he gave to me.
So people often see an email address as one of a throwaway thing, and I see in spaces where people just ask, give me your email address.
But it's linked to a lot of things. If you are jogging and use a Strava, for example, Strava is okay, but you link your email to that, right? I can be able to see certain things about that because you're publicly allowing that to be able to get out there. So we have to be very careful. What do you want out there and what don't you want out there? And it's all in the settings. Check the privacy settings of these applications. Change the settings, say it should be private to you and not to be public. But some people want to say, hey, I've jogged for 5 kilometers. Everybody should know. Somebody can actually find that information very easily by just your email. And how do I get your email? Your phone number. Where do you leave your phone numbers? At the security guards.
The security guards.
So it's easy to be able to pick up such details because Truecaller has your email.